History runs deep in the Lone Star State.
The Freebirds are born to fight, kick butt. I'm middle-aged and crazy. The showstopper. The headliner. A wrestling god. Give me a hell yeah.
In a city where families have become dynasties,
I want to say thanks to the people of Dallas, Texas, because it's the biggest crowd ever to be in this auditorium.
it is tradition that is valued above all else.
It is a constant reminder of a dream that lives on and on.
But tonight, a revolution emerges. Will strong style become the new standard in NXT? Or can the heart and soul of a movement once again reign supreme?
I'm not going to let Nakamura make his name and his legacy at my expense.
A seemingly invincible empress, poised to vanquish a proud and beloved champion.
You got to give Bayley credit. You're never going to break her spirit. She never says die, but she has never faced anybody quite like Asuka before.
And an anger-fueled wrecking machine will unleash the devil inside the champion.
I'm obsessed with being the absolute best.
Balor! You will not survive. You will not escape.
My obsession is why I will walk out champion.
I will take my championship.
On this night, the course of history runs straight through the heart of Texas. On this stage, a new chapter will be written in the Big D. Tonight, NXT takes over Dallas. And now, WWE Network presents NXT TakeOver Dallas.
But I'm already gone. I got a vision like telephones in an envelope like letters.
We are live in the heart of the sports entertainment world. We are sold out in Dallas, Texas. Tonight, we leave our own mark on a historic weekend. Welcome to NXT TakeOver Dallas.
Scheduled for one fall is for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 465 pounds, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, American Alpha.
Jordan and Gable are ready. This is a huge opportunity for American Alpha here tonight at NXT TakeOver Dallas. We kick off with the NXT Tag Team titles, but first, my broadcast partner, former NXT Tag Team Champion, one of the hosts on the WWE Network, Corey Graves.
As expected, the atmosphere is absolutely nuclear.
Yeah.
This is our WrestleMania. This is NXT's big night. Let's make a little history, shall we?
Now tonight we saw in the pre-show before things got started, this is a big moment for not only the Revival, but also American Alpha.
At a combined weight of 466 pounds, they are the NXT Tag Team Champions, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, the Revival.
No flips, just fists. This is a down and dirty, in-your-face tag team. The Revival, Dash Wilder to your left, Scott Dawson to your right. This is a team that won the titles back in November from the Vaughn Villains, defended them in London, and at WWE Roadblock just a matter of weeks ago against Enzo and Cass.
There's a reason they're the NXT Tag Team Champions, Tom. Nobody does it better. These two grew up together. They fight together. You talk about teams being on the same page. These guys are in the same syllable.
A brash, smash mouth attitude from Wilder and Dawson. You think they want to set the pace tonight?
Absolutely they want to set the pace. These guys, check out these t-shirts. I talked to Dawson before the match.
He said this is their homage to the fabulous Freebirds, but it's a warning that Dallas belongs to the Revival now.
Going into the Hall of Fame tomorrow night. And ladies and gentlemen, use the hashtag NXT Tag Titles when talking about this match on social media. So here we go to start things off. This is Chad Gable of American Alpha to take on Scott Dawson of the Revival.
Blatant disrespect by Dawson, but he only does it because he can. The Revival's game plan is just as much mental as it is physical. If he can get inside the mind of Jordan and Gable, that's their key to success tonight.
Confusion here in Dallas, separating the Revival. That's understandable.
Oh, Texas wasn't known for its intelligence.
Look at Gable quick on the attack here against Dawson. You mentioned the mental game. It might be necessary here for Dawson. This is a former Olympian in Gable and a near 1 count. Shoulders down again here and a 2 count early.
Gable almost put this one away early. Turnabout is fair play. You can't blame Gable. You got to respect it.
Look at this, look at this. Things getting heated here, center of the ring. Jason Jordan climbing in, as well as Dash Wilder. And remember, Graves, these are two teams that have never faced each other one-on-one. This has been building for months and months for this tag team title match.
I mean, I can't remember in recent history a tag team that's ascended the ranks as quickly or as impactfully as American Alpha. But Dash and Dawson are intent on knocking them right off the top.
Dash and Dawson, a team that pride themselves on working as a unit, having known each other since being young kids in North Carolina, growing up, fighting together.
A little fun fact for you, Phillips. I was just in North Carolina, and there's a territory that's seceded from Flair country. It's Revival country now.
Why didn't you stay in Asheville? Off the ropes. Gable trying to pick things up, and Dawson manages to counter. Remember, the only way to retain or win the tag team titles is by pinfall or submission. Gable is having some fun. Into the corner, and there's the tag to Jason Jordan, and a big drop kick. 250 pounds straight up in the air.
Let's take another look at this. Not only is the powerhouse, the agility of Jason Jordan is stunning.
Dash is trying to make a tag to his partner on the apron. You can't do that. Oh, wait a minute. Look at Dawson. Dawson right across the eyes.
Dawson went right to the eyes. That was brilliant strategy. That's why these guys are the champions. Nobody does it better.
And there is a legal tag, and this is the Revival's MO, bending the rules to their way. Oh, look at Jordan explode out of the corner. Jordan called for some backup here. Here comes Gable. Whoa! Now Jordan into the cover here and a kick out.
I gotta say, I'm impressed with American Alpha's ability to turn the tables after that brilliant double team diversion by the Revival.
You gotta believe American Alpha's been scouting this team for weeks. Cover here for the titles and a kick out at 1.
I gotta be honest with you, Tom. I don't think things could have started any worse for Dash and Dawson.
And the one thing that's been so unique about American Alpha, and you're a former NXT Tag Team Champion, they first started tagging together in July, and already they're contending for the titles.
It's unbelievable. The quickness with which they gelled and became a cohesive unit is stunning. But the fact is, they're not Dash and Dawson. They haven't known each other their whole lives. They haven't been tag team specialists for years.
Now Gable just trying to create a safe haven here for a moment. No, breaks free.
Watch it, watch it, watch it!
Woo! Into the corner. Looking for the cover and a kick out by Dawson. There's a crossbody. Another cover. Look to the outside leg. Another kick out. Whoa! There's a drop kick from Chad Gable, and now Dash Wilder. Oh, he didn't want any part of that, but he caught Gable in midair.
That could be the opening they need. The Revival could capitalize. Here it goes.
And the referee was trying to tend to Jason Jordan. Jordan, what a good teammate.
American Alpha has had an answer for absolutely everything. Sometimes the answer is dueling German suplexes, Tom. Look at this, Jordan and Gable. Stereo German suplexes, and this place is on fire.
The Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center. This is just the beginning of NXT TakeOver Dallas. An American Alpha going right after the champs. And now Dawson back into the ring here with Chad Gable. Oh, look at that. Brilliant tag made.
Gable didn't see it.
And now, oh, Dash Wilder catches the right hand.
This is unbelievable. American Alpha have countered and answered every... Oh! I take that back.
Way too soon. Dash Wilder with a devastating clothesline. And Dash Wilder, the legal man here in this match, as is Chad Gable for American Alpha. Now Wilder slides back into the ring, looking to put a little bit more abuse here into Chad Gable. There's a tag, Dawson legal.
Let's take another look at this. Listen to this. Oh. Unbelievable. Sound like a firecracker. Massive clothesline by Dash Wilder, and the Revival are finally in control. They weathered that early storm. This could be the beginning of the end.
To retain the title, shoulders down, and he got the shoulder up.
In my opinion, nobody in the game isolates their opponent like these two. Here you go. Utilizing the referee's count to inflict maximum damage.
Another cover, forearm in the face, and Chad Gable staying in this match. This was something that was hotly discussed on the pre-show with the voice of SmackDown, Mauro Ranallo, the Hall of Famer Lita, the brawling style versus the amateur backlay.
Yeah, but Tom, there was something else discussed on the pre-show, and that's the history of both members of American Alpha when it comes to the grand stage. When it came to the Olympics, when it came to the finals, Jordan and Gable both failed. Can they get it done tonight?
Honestly, this is the biggest opportunity they've had here since they've come to NXT, since they've come to WWE, and it seems like everything is coming together at the right moment for them. Gable trying to reach out into the corner, and there's a tag to Dawson. Great job there by the Revival. Another cover to retain the tag team titles out of 2.
This is exactly what American Alpha were trying to avoid.
Come on!
Falling right into the trap that so many teams have of the Revival.
Oh, and look at this by Dawson.
The gory special.
How about it, get it go?
Look at this, throwing his own little version of it, hyperextending that back, pulling down on the chin of Gable, making it a little bit more extra painful.
Shoulders down, look at Gable trying to counter and a kick out.
But look how quickly the Revival have smothered Gable and cut off the ring.
Trying to make a tag into the corner. tease from Gable.
Gable needs to make this tag. The playing field is as close to even as it's going to get now.
Inches away from Jason Jordan. What the? Did Dash, what the? Are you kidding me? Oh, and Dash Wilder.
Genius.
The tag.
Absolutely genius. Dash Wilder taking a shortcut under the ring, stopping the tag.
Oh!
I don't know if they got all of it, but Gable ended up dunked on his head.
Dash into the cover, but Dash Wilder is not the legal man. With a smile on Dawson's face.
He's enjoying it. He's in Dallas, he's a tag team champion, and he's in control.
The Revival getting caught here by the referee trying to bend the rules once again.
I'll tell you, they're lucky they didn't get disqualified, but they need to stick to the plan. Just continue to attack and isolate Gable.
Another legal tag. Back in comes Dash Wilder. Into the corner, oh, and he missed.
Yeah, but you see the way that Gable fell. He's even further away from Jordan than he's gone the other direction. He got out of the way from instinct, but...
Another tag here to Scott Dawson. Chad Gable reaching out again, and Dawson grabbed the leg. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's a tag. Here comes Jason Jordan. Drop kick right on the button. Heads up. And a T-bone suplex to Dawson.
Jordan is fired up.
He's about to come out of his skin. Oh, into the corner.
Dawson got out of the way, but Dash ate all of that.
Dash might have a broken rib. Another suplex. Cover to retain the titles. Jason Jordan nearly had him.
You mean to retain the titles, to win the titles. American Alpha this close to winning the tag team championships.
What a way to kick off NXT TakeOver Dallas.
You gotta wonder what Jordan's got in mind. This guy is so strong, so agile. Dawson's in dangerous territory.
And look at that. Look at Dash Wilder helping out his teammate, grabbing the foot there of Dawson. Look at this again here, and Jason Jordan still kicked out.
This speaks to the strength, the fortitude of Jason Jordan. Dash and Dawson using every trick they can think of. You saw the towel across the feet, extra leverage. Jordan still had the wherewithal and power to kick out.
Yeah, the Revival just plain breaking the rules there. They could have gotten disqualified.
Remember, if they do get disqualified, they keep the titles. So
by any means necessary.
Jordan able to land on his feet.
Oh, shoulders down here on Dawson and a kick out. Oh! Great uppercut. Shoulders down on Jordan and Gable saved it.
Where did Gable even come from?
Who knows? Tossed out. Oh man, a nasty landing.
This is not where Jordan wants to be.
Oh, hold on, look at this. Jordan looking to go for a pinfall, drop kicked out of the ring. Shoulders down on Dawson to win the titles now.
American Alpha can taste the gold. Dash and Dawson must be feeling it slip away. It is so close. There's the power of Jordan out of nowhere.
Belly to belly, into the corner. Dawson doesn't know where he's at. Oh, and Dash saved Dawson.
Dawson knew where he was enough to get out of the way. The tag's made. Gable's a legal man.
Dawson saw it. Shoulders down, trying to surprise Gable and a kick out. I think he might have had the tights while he was at it. Dawson the counter. Now Gable. The cover, now a kick out. Oh, and again, Gable nearly had him. Counter for counter, looking for a bunch of covers here, and nearly had him. No, Dawson kicked out.
From Brings up memories of Owen Hart using that pin. Gable's doing his homework.
Shoulders down, and Dawson powers up off the mat. All this for the NXT Tag Team titles.
Up and over.
Oh, wait a minute. The ref says there was a tag.
Jordan made the tag. Jordan tagged Gable as Gable was going over the top rope.
Oh!
Dawson didn't see it.
Right to the midsection. Grand amplitude. We have new champions.
Here are your winners and new NXT Tag Team Champions, American Alpha.
Look at the emotion on the face of these two unbelievable athletes. How hard they've worked to reach the pinnacle of the tag team division. My hats are off to American Alpha. They deserve it.
They have had opportunities on other platforms in amateur wrestling. They found their calling. They found their home here on NXT as champions. We gotta look back at this one. This was incredible praise.
This is classic Revival. Dastardly. Brilliant. Genius even. Saving the tag team championships there, and it would continue.
Jason Jordan with a near fall there and a devastating uppercut. Nearly put away American Alpha, but then Chad Gable would save Jason Jordan, his teammate. Another big tag in the corner.
We talk about the smooth tag work of the Revival. You gotta give it to American Alpha. Dawson never saw it coming. Grand amplitude later, and Phillips, we got new tag team champions.
What a way to start WrestleMania weekend, and take a look at what is trending. Hashtag NXT TakeOver.
I guarantee you Gable should be trending. Jordan should be trending. The tag team division trending. This is the best thing going right now. Congratulations, American Alpha. I am incredibly proud of both of these guys.
And take a look at who's here. The Hall of Famer, good old J.R. Jim Lawson, ESPN's own Michelle Beadle. Everybody's here for NXT TakeOver Dallas. And
Tom, that's Kota Ibushi.
whoa,
That is one of the greatest cruiserweights in the world. It's ironic we happen to have a global cruiserweight tournament coming up. Do you know anything about this?
yeah, I mean, it's coming up here. He's sitting there ringside with Naki. I mean,
Kota Ibushi is in Dallas, Phillips.
it's going to be a big night. It's going to be a big night.
We are just getting started.
Speaking of global, it's been roughly a year since NXT stepped outside the state of Florida. We have taken over the United States. We've gone international, and I'm here to tell you right now, we're just getting started.
This June, get ready to get loud. See Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, Bayley, and so much more when all the excitement of NXT heads your way this summer. WWE presents NXT Live, coming to the Download Festival in Derby, and a city near you on the following dates. Tickets available the 8th of April. For more information, head on over to WWE.com.
There's a look at scenic downtown Dallas, where NXT and the WWE Universe has taken over completely. WrestleMania week is in full swing.
We are in full swing with a fantastic tag team match to kick us off. But don't forget, still to come, take a look at Bayley here earlier at NXT Access, WWE Access right here in Dallas, meeting with some young fans. Later on tonight, Bayley will defend the NXT Women's Championship. Bayley getting ready the only way she knows how.
Well, this is the only way Asuka knows how. There you see with the NXT striking coach Seth Petrozelli. Asuka warming up, so incredibly dangerous. The Empress of Tomorrow has not been defeated since arriving in NXT, and I don't see it stopping tonight, Tom.
That is going to be a fantastic match still to come here on NXT. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, NXT TakeOver Dallas, we will see the lone wolf Baron Corbin, who has sought to make his own mark here. He'll face the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries. Now, after Baron's victory in London this past December, Corbin was granted an opportunity to compete to become #1 contender.
You had to come a long way from Dixieland.
The following contest is a triple threat match to determine the #1 contender.
Sammy's looking for a sharpshooter on Baron Corbin, and he's got it. Joe with a crossface.
Baron Corbin tapped out, but to who?
Now, I don't know what you're in here talking about, but it better be about what you're going to do about this match.
The one thing that was 100% certain is that you lost. You are no longer in any rematch.
You'll regret this.
NXT is dedicated in bringing to you the absolute best and most talented competitors from around the world. And I am extremely excited to introduce to you one of our greatest signings to date.
Oh my God! He's here! Austin Aries!
I am the greatest man that ever lived. It's a great day to be great. It's going to be a bad day to be you.
Oh my God! Baron Corbin, what the heck is he doing out here?
This is an absolute all-out assault. This was supposed to be Austin Aries' big unveiling, his moment, his welcome to NXT.
Oh, no, don't do this!
An eye for an eye!
You heard him say an eye for an eye, Tom. Baron Corbin is a monster right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Kansas City, weighing 275 pounds, Baron Corbin.
This is a man in Baron Corbin who, after NXT TakeOver London, believed he was the, quote, uncrowned NXT champion, believed things should have been handed to him by our general manager, Mr. William Regal.
Whatever you think of Baron Corbin, Austin Aries has got to be hoping he doesn't wind up with the same fate as whatever that creature was that Corbin's wearing on the way to the ring.
Baron Corbin used Austin Aries as a way to send a message to Mr. Regal, but did he bite off more than he could chew?
From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing 202 pounds, Austin Aries.
Well, Graves, it's a night of debuts. Austin Aries making his official in-ring debut for NXT. I know you two go a long way back.
I can sit here for hours and tell you stories, except most of them would end up with me fired, arrested, and divorced. So I'll just keep the one I know.
Go for it.
The guy has been a champion everywhere he's gone. He is one of the most talented, fierce competitors in the world. He's right where he belongs here in NXT, but he's never faced anyone like the Lone Wolf.
Austin Aries told WWE.com that he said, quote, I want to make an impression. I'm a difference maker. When I debuted on NXT, I felt validated. Tonight, he has a big opportunity going right after Baron Corbin.
Wasted no time at all. That pitbull mentality of Aries has served him very well around the world, but look at the size difference. Look at the power of Corbin.
Corbin swiping at the head there of Austin Aries. This crowd just excited for this big matchup here between Baron Corbin and Austin Aries here in Dallas.
Yeah, they're fired up. They've been electric all night. But if there's one guy that doesn't care what the crowd thinks, it's Baron Corbin. He makes a living angering the NXT universe, insulting them.
And smart early strategy here from Austin Aries, trying to take out the knee of the 275-pounder Baron Corbin.
A smart strategy. Austin Aries has spent his entire career fighting bigger guys. But I don't know how many with the agility, the raw power, the boxing background of Baron Corbin. Any one of those right hands can lay a man out.
And Corbin trying to launch Austin Aries out to the floor. Corbin again. Oh, and there's a rolling forearm, and Corbin is out flat on the floor.
Corbin stunned. Aries heading up to the high rent district.
Aries sees an opportunity. Top rope, and he got Corbin.
That Pitbull-like mentality of Aries working very well out of the gate here. And I tell you what, he's got to keep it up. You can't give Baron Corbin any quarter. You can't give him time to recover.
Remember, this is a man, Austin Aries, who once broke up a championship reign of Samoa Joe's once upon a time that was 645 days long. He knows what it's like to face monsters.
Yeah, but let's talk about what's making Aries tick right now. Oh, God!
That rope is what's making him tick. And Baron Corbin taking advantage.
Austin Aries asked for this match. He went to general manager William Regal and said, don't punish Corbin for what he did in my debut. Let me have him. Let me have him on the big stage in Dallas on WrestleMania weekend. Let me teach him a lesson. But it looks like right now, Aries is being taught the lesson.
Well, we know the entitled and arrogant attitude of Baron Corbin.
Let's take another look at this. Corbin, wow! Aries staggered by that. And a big forearm to the back of the head of Aries. Corbin in control. Corbin doesn't buy into the hype. Corbin doesn't care. I talked to him before. He said, it doesn't matter what you did before you got here. It matters what you do when you're here.
Where you at now?
Remember, we talked to Austin Aries here on NXT just a matter of weeks ago, and he said Corbin made a mistake. That Corbin should have come and asked my advice. But instead, Baron Corbin decided to obliterate Austin Aries in his signing debut.
Hey, Austin Aries has never been known for being humble. All right, the guy's good. He knows how good he is. Corbin just thinks he's better. We're finding out for sure tonight.
And it's one thing that Baron Corbin has taken very personally. He took to Instagram earlier this week to say, quote, "You will all helplessly watch me destroy another indie darling." Oh, and shot into the post, shoulder first. Now into the cover here on Austin Aries and a kick out. That is one thing where Baron Corbin is mistaken. Austin Aries, I mean, you talked about him. He is the greatest man that ever lived. This is a man who's won championships all over the world. He's faced a variety of NXT and WWE talents before even arriving here. Baron Corbin, did he go into this match underestimating Austin Aries?
I think that strategy worked out pretty well for Corbin. Corbin underestimates everybody. It's almost by design. He disrespects them, and then he dominates them. When Austin Aries arrived here, Baron Corbin said, yeah, I know who you are. I just don't care who you are.
I don't even want you. Y'all got nothing.
Look at Corbin just grinding down on that trapezius muscle of Austin Aries. The big hands of Corbin, that'll cut the blood flow, the circulation to your right arm, make that arm completely useless if you're Austin Aries.
Goes back to that football background he's got, former offensive lineman once upon a time in the NFL. Got to be able to use those hands to your advantage.
I don't think he ever used that hold in the NFL.
No, I don't think it's legal.
You got to be impressed out of the gate with Corbin. I mean, despite all the hype, despite the fan love display for Austin Aries, Corbin has made this his match so far.
This was something we thought coming into this. Austin Aries, how long would he be able to avoid, use his speed, use his agility and finesse to get around a gigantic, in comparison, style of Baron Corbin, a man with 6'8", nearly 300-pound size.
like the agility of Corbin right there. They're just rolling through.
You're right.
And Aries eats a clothesline for his troubles and another. Look at this. Corbin with those elbow strikes. He's got Aries propped up with his knee in the corner. He had Aries' entire body trapped and propped up on his own leg to drive those elbows.
Another cover here, and Baron Corbin thinks he's got it, and a kick out.
Tell you what, though, Corbin can't get frustrated. Aries will make him pay.
Bring it! Ring the bell!
You can't discount the experience of Austin Aries. He's been around the world. He's been in the ring with everybody.
Oh yeah? Sit down, big boy. Ah! Yeah? I'm doing just fine. Ah!
Oh, we're looking at Austin Aries trying to fight from deep down and trying to find a little breathing room here against Baron Corbin, but another sharp right elbow.
Corbin just toying with Aries, enjoying this right now.
That rolling forearm from earlier on in this matchup, it did stun Baron Corbin, and Aries lighting up the chest of Corbin. Ooh. They heard that one. Sold out crowd here at the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center. Kicking off WrestleMania weekend, and the greatest man that ever lived, A-Double, trying to knock off Baron Corbin.
Tides are starting to shift, Tom. A knee right to the spine of Corbin.
Oh, look at this. Look at how smart Austin Aries is, trapping Baron Corbin between the ropes.
It's genius.
Oh, right to the neck.
Wow, double axe handle. Right across the back and the base of the skull of Corbin.
Oh, using the second rope. This could be a turning point here for Austin Aries.
I think you're absolutely right, Phillips. Corbin's in a bad way.
Corbin using the top rope just to prop himself up. He's on wobbly legs and catches a drop kick.
Corbin looks dazed, like he's gasping for breath. This could be the conditioning of Austin Aries, could come into play right here.
Into the corner, another drop kick.
Nowhere to go for Corbin except out of the ring.
Perhaps doing the smartest thing here. Aries with a window of opportunity into the barricade.
What was that you said about the smartest thing, Tom?
Not exactly any safe haven right now from Austin Aries.
When you're in the ring with Austin Aries, it's like a chess match. You better be thinking 3 moves ahead. Corbin was 1, but Aries cruising through those bottom and middle ropes with a plancha. Oh no!
Oh, deep 6 on the floor. And Corbin climbing back into the ring, telling the ref to count him.
Aries might not get up. Corbin got all of that deep 6.
The momentum and the torque behind deep 6 on the floor could spell disaster here for Austin Aries.
Take a look at this. Aries with a full head of steam. Corbin using his momentum. Bam! Driving it right down into the floor. Corbin doing a smart thing right here.
Count of 6 here. As to the count of 10 to get back into the ring. Austin Aries. Count of...
You better hurry up.
Count of 9. Trying to climb back into the ring. It just beats the count.
Yeah, but did he just climb back into the wolf's den?
He absolutely did.
It's almost a look of disbelief in the eyes of Corbin, though.
And frustration. Look at that. Look at Austin Aries.
Aries is asking for more. It might not be the smartest decision, but Aries knows what it's going to take to make it here at NXT.
Aries is looking for validation tonight. He's not going to quit, even against a near 300-pounder like Corbin.
Corbin regaining his composure, catching his breath. Because here we go, end of days.
Well, was looking for a second. Austin Aries into the cover, shoulders down.
He got him.
He got him.
Here is your winner, Austin Aries.
The look on the face of Baron Corbin tells the story completely out of nowhere. Austin Aries came to NXT to make his legacy known, to make his name for himself, and he just did it at the Lone Wolf's expense.
Absolute disbelief in the eyes of Baron Corbin. I don't think I've ever seen anyone break free of end of days just like we just saw from Austin Aries.
When it comes to things you can count on when Baron Corbin hits end of days, that's it. Obviously, the veteran experience comes into play. Aries had it scouted. Just that millisecond to adjust. He's able to roll up Corbin. Let's take another look at what Aries survived in this match.
This was brutal. Deep six. Right on the hardest part of the floor here outside the ring. And then watch this. We thought this was end of days, but how smart, how quick was Austin Aries here to roll into a cover and put away Baron Corbin.
Aries asked for Corbin tonight to teach him a lesson. Baron Corbin, lesson learned.
That smile that says, I gotcha, from Austin Aries. Some anger in the face of Baron Corbin. All I can say, welcome to NXT, Austin Aries.
It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Finally, The Rock has come back to WrestleMania. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment history. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go. If you're so what The Rock is cooking. Welcome to my house. You heard me? We gotta go out.
We're going to send a special thanks to Yellow Wolf for Fiddle Me This. It's one of the official theme songs of NXT TakeOver Dallas. It's from the album Love Story. You can get it now on iTunes and Spotify.
We are just getting underway here at NXT TakeOver Dallas. Still to come, our main event. Finn Balor earlier today arriving to the arena. He feels this moment. He understands what it means to compete here on the eve of WrestleMania weekend.
Finn Balor understands what's at stake, what it means to be here, but Finn knows what it's like to have to survive Samoa Joe. When that NXT Championship's on the line, Joe's willing to go to the end of the earth. Can he survive in Dallas? We'll find out.
Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe in our main event, but we talk about it being a night of debuts. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next here on NXT, Sami Zayn given a brilliant opportunity by our general manager, Mr. William Regal. He will go one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura. And for Sami Zayn, this journey to Dallas began for Sami Zayn back in London after marking his long-awaited return to NXT.
We've been waiting for this moment for months. Sami's back.
This has got to feel great for Sami to hear this ovation.
There's about 7 months now. There's something I've been waiting to say, and I gotta get it off my chest. I'm back!
Sami Zayn, who many have referred to as the heart and soul of NXT, has showcased to the NXT universe moments that will never be forgotten. But a challenge unlike anything the world has seen has appeared on the horizon, known as NXT TakeOver Dallas.
Sami, for all the hard work that you've put in for NXT and for all our wonderful fans here, you deserve to face one of the best in the world. At NXT TakeOver Dallas, your opponent will be NXT's newest signee, this man.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'm stoked beyond words right now.
The king of strong style.
Shinsuke Nakamura, a charismatic ball of entertaining energy, has not only created a swagger all his own, but embodies a preternatural agility, technical mastery, and indomitable fighting spirit that has earned him the sobriquet, King of Strong Style. After conquering the land of the rising sun, Nakamura hopes his fortunes will continue to rise on sports entertainment's colossal stage as he looks to make an indelible first impression, just like his opponent Zayn did in 2013.
Nakamura, I know exactly how gifted he is, I know how great he is, but you only get one chance at a first impression in Dallas. Let's see if he's got what it takes to step up to the plate when the pressure's on.
Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura, no strangers to the pressures of big-time matchups, go one-on-one for the first time ever tonight at NXT TakeOver Dallas.
Sami Zayn, I will see you in Dallas.
Graves, it's one of the most highly anticipated matchups in NXT history. Take a look who's here.
It's the bad guy in X-Pac. They know what the hottest ticket in Dallas is tonight. What a show.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing 212 pounds, Sami Zayn.
The word surreal comes to mind, Tom. And if you're not excited right now, you better check your pulse. Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the top wrestlers on earth, arguably the biggest star in Japan. We never thought he'd make it to the United States. We never thought he'd be in a WWE ring. He is here in NXT versus the heart and soul, Sami Zayn. This is unbelievable.
So here we go, hashtag Zayn versus Nakamura, and right out of the gate, there's that charisma, Graves.
This guy has a freaky amount of charisma. He's so unique. His in-ring style, everything about this guy is different, but it gets inside his opponent's heads. It messes with their mind the entire time. Not to mention, he might be the most dangerous striker in the game.
Shinsuke Nakamura with a diverse combat background, as we heard from Mauro Ranallo on the pre-show. Experienced in mixed martial arts and boxing, every sort of discipline you could imagine, and he applies it in the ring.
This is what I'm talking about, head games.
Oh, and the knee right to the midsection, and down goes Zayn. Oh, and look at Sami.
Sami wisely avoiding those kicks. Anyone can turn your lights out in an instant. And if for some reason you're not familiar with Nakamura, let's put it this way. The guy was the youngest IWGP champion in history. That's the same title that was held by Brock Lesnar, by AJ Styles. The guy was a protege of Daniel Bryan. This guy is involved with a who's who of our business.
Nakamura just trying to wear down Sami Zayn to the mat here. We know about Sami Zayn's Helluva Kick, but what does Nakamura bring to the table?
Sorry, Tim, I can barely hear you here.
Oh, Sami trying to turn things in his favor.
I spoke to the translator for Nakamura earlier today. If you watch Nakamura in the past, he has a knee strike. He's calling it the Kinshasa. And it'll turn your lights out in an instant. If Sami Zayn hits it, it's lights out.
Oh, there goes Nakamura, and here's some classic Sami Zayn here that we've seen over the last few years. And there goes Nakamura.
A little one-upsmanship from Sami Zayn. This is his house, Tom. This is the heart and soul of NXT. This is his first rodeo. He's not going to let Nakamura come into his house.
Well, we are in Dallas. Nakamura has claimed for years that he resurrected, quote, strong style in Japan, calls himself the king of strong style. And you see those knees and those strikes so stiff, so on point. Here's the cover and a kick out.
Strong style, of course, is popularized by Antonio Inoki. It's a combination of strikes, grappling, submission. The guy can basically do it all, and it all hurts really bad.
Inoki, the WWE Hall of Famer who trained Nakamura.
Look at this armbar. He's got the armbar locked in right now. He can look to end this quick.
a stiff knee right to the midsection. Oh, and that caught him. Sami Zayn buckling into the corner. Oh, and look at Sami. Look at Sami fight back.
Look at Sami get kicked in the skull.
Another cover from Nakamura early in a kick out at 1. Take another look at this. Bam! Connected with, I think, the opposite foot that Zayn was expecting, Graves.
I don't think Sami Zayn knows what to expect. I'm sure he did his homework, but Nakamura is so dangerous. It's like you've got 8 arms and legs. The guy can hit you from all over the place.
Sami Zayn with a suplex. Now Sami looking to put away Nakamura. Hook to the leg, kick out at 2. And you can't forget what tonight is all about for Sami Zayn. When he returned to NXT, he said he wanted to become a 2-time NXT champion. Competed against Samoa Joe, and now this opportunity.
As I can tell you, Sami Zayn's not focused on anything in the world right now other than Shinsuke Nakamura. He has done a great job of weathering the storm. Listening to the ovation for Nakamura, Sami is not impressed. Sami's out there to compete with one of the best in the world.
Off the ropes, and there's a boot right into the jaw. Sami thinks he's got it here. Another cover. Nakamura kicks out.
It's that one-upsmanship. Everything Nakamura's been able to do, Sami's had an answer to. Like we said at the outset, Nakamura came in with all the hype. One of the most hyped superstars maybe ever signing to WWE as a whole. Sami Zayn, this is like defending his turf. This is his home. He helped build this. He's not going to let Nakamura come in and take it at his expense.
Oh, and a sharp forearm. You gotta wonder, Sami Zayn, any inkling that he could be looking ahead to this Sunday WrestleMania, a ladder match for the Intercontinental title, and there goes Nakamura.
It doesn't look like it to me. Sami's laser focused on Nakamura as he needs to be. Look at Sami. I don't want to call him tentative, but he's just watching. He's observing everything Nakamura does. He's studying him, scouting him as the match goes on. What you got to do with a guy this dangerous.
Well, especially for a guy as... There's that flashy, silent, hard knee right to the nose, it looked like, of Zayn. Oh, and another knee.
There was nothing flashy about that. That was lethal. Swag skate starting to feel it.
Oh, caught in the corner by Sami.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and another knee. Hook to the inside leg. Sami Zayn shoulders down, and he got another shoulder up.
We warned you about the knees of Nakamura. So dangerous. Let's take a look. Running start right into the midsection, knocking all the wind out of Sami Zayn. I'm surprised it didn't end right there.
And we know for many NXT fans, this is a dream match on paper. The two superstars trying to feel each other out early on, but it's gotten very physical here.
Agility by Sami.
Oh, and Sami using Nakamura's momentum against him.
Sami lured him in. This is right in Sami's wheelhouse.
Sold out crowd waiting on Sami Zayn. Sami diving outside the ring. And Sami wisely not wasting any time, trying to dive back into the fray. Going to the top turnbuckle now. Cross body. Cover on Nakamura. And a kick out.
Sami Zayn could almost taste the victory. Let's take another look at this. Sami Zayn flying through the skies of Dallas. Onto Nakamura. Sami will not be one-upped.
And then watch this from the top rope, the crossbody, flattening Nakamura, but Shinsuke manages to stick around. knee in midair.
Sammy looking for a suplex. Uh-oh. Just ground and pound. Look at these knees. That MMA background of Nakamura coming into effect right here. Will Sammy have an answer? He'd better if he wants to survive much longer.
Oh, and caught by Sammy!
Michinoku driver!
That was right on the neck of Nakamura!
Look at this, out of desperation, Sami Zayn scooping up Nakamura. Michinoku driver right in the back of Nakamura's neck. The playing field's even, Tom. Both of these men need tonight. This is essential for both superstars. Who's got more left in the tank? Who's got more left in the arsenal? Sami Zayn get the upper hand here. Oh my God.
Two men just wailing away on each other to exhaustion.
This thing's turning into a dogfight real quick, Tom.
I like it. Oh!
Nakamura's nose is busted wide open. I don't know too many men that can stand with Nakamura and live to tell about it. The exhaustion starting to set in, but neither man will quit.
Oh, you can hear that one.
Sami Zayn, he might be out. He's not even protecting
himself. Look at Nakamura.
Look at this. Look at how nasty, look at how dangerous those knees. Sammy hung up in the ropes. He might be out. The ref better get in there and check.
And the referee breaking things up before the count of 5.
Oh! Just disrespect from Nakamura, sending a message. Yeah, Sammy, I'm gonna come into your house and I'm gonna go into your refrigerator and drink your beer. I'm gonna do what I want because I'm the king of strong style.
Nakamura turned inside out by Sammy.
Where did that come from?
We know about the heart, we know about the guts, the resilience of Sami Zayn, and he's got it on display right now against Nakamura. Sammy may have effectively turned the tables here in this match, and another knee.
Oh! Into the armbar. This could be it. Sammy's got it blocked.
Armbar men on the ring.
Sammy's got those hands locked. Nakamura can't lock it in. He can't hyperextend that arm as long as Sammy's got his grip.
Remember, these two are throwing forearms for the better part of a few minutes consecutively, just trying to wrench the hands of Sami Zayn free is Nakamura.
Oh, he's got a triangle.
Triangle.
He's got
Nakamura
locked in.
Shoulders down and manages to get his shoulders up.
If he can get that foot a little deeper behind the knee, Sami Zayn's gonna go good night really quick.
Nakamura to be careful to avoid the pinfall there. Now look at Sammy.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Little strong style from Sammy. That's how you get out of that.
What a straight right by Sammy.
Look at Sami, I don't know if we've ever seen this side of Sami.
Look at this. Shinsuke, not in my house. What a kick by Zayn. The ref being lenient here, letting these two guys know he knows this. Good God.
That was brutal. Whoa. Face first. Koji clutch.
He's in the center of the ring. Nakamura may tap out.
Nakamura caught here with the Koji clutch. Sami Zayn, could he make Nakamura tap out in his NXT debut? Sami trying to squeeze, put the pressure here on Sami Zayn, on Nakamura, but Nakamura is hanging around.
Is he though? He looks like he might be out. The referee needs to get in there and check.
Oh, look at Nakamura. Caught Zayn for a moment there, shoulders down and a kick out.
Brilliant counter, so close. Step up Enziguri. How's Sami Zayn still on his feet?
How can any man take this much punishment? Watch this. Bam! Right on the ear. Sami Zayn collapsing to the mat. Fight forever. I'm with them. This is incredible.
Nakamura the first to his feet. Just a one-legged drop kick right on the jaw of Sami Zayn and another knee.
Oh, and Sami nearly caught him with a Luma kick, and now Nakamura with an opening. Oh! Inverted exploder.
Uh-oh. This could be a prelude.
Thought we were gonna see the knee. Blue Thunder Bomb. Oh, he almost had him.
Oh my God. Nakamura looking for that Kinshasa. Sami somehow able to counter into the Blue Thunder Bomb. Somehow Nakamura able to survive. Look at this, both these guys, it's disbelief.
Sami building. Oh! Went for his signature DDT through the turnbuckle, and Nakamura found enough wherewithal to kick him in the head.
That was unbelievable. We've seen Sami attempt that successfully. It's paid off big time in the past, but the King of Strong Style had it too well scouted.
Now Nakamura caught in a precarious position here, top rope. Sami Zayn to the top rope.
Where is Sami Zayn getting this? Where is it coming from?
Oh, and Nakamura with a headbutt, and Sami Zayn, oh, it's barely holding on. Now Nakamura looking to close the gap. No.
Blocking the exploder.
And more vicious elbows to the neck of Sami Zayn.
Just raining down the strikes. Oh my God, to the back of the head. That's gotta be it. Sami Zayn's in a bad place.
Here it comes.
Kinshasa!
This match had all the hype, had all the anticipation, all the star power in the world. It delivered.
Shinsuke Nakamura coming to NXT as advertised. We knew he wanted to make a point, make a statement.
This was early on. Sami Zayn would miss with a Helluva Kick. That would open the door for Nakamura on an inverted exploder suplex. And Nakamura was not done there.
He was looking to end it right now. Sami had it well scouted into the Blue Thunder Bomb, but this was a battle for pride.
And speaking of well scouted, a way that Sami Zayn once put himself on the map was a way to get kicked right in the face tonight here at NXT TakeOver Dallas.
Check this out. Knee to the back of Sami Zayn. Sami right in position for the Kinshasa. Good night, sweet prince. You gotta take your hat off to both of these guys.
Absolutely.
We said it from the outset. This is NXT's WrestleMania. This is a WrestleMania moment. This is incredible. The atmosphere. Nakamura welcome, and Sami Zayn. What a battle. What a warrior.
From Sami Zayn earlier tonight. Shinsuke, you only get one chance to make a first impression. Hell of a first impression, Shinsuke.
That just goes to show you what's at stake here in NXT. It was a battle for respect, a battle for pride. And these guys went to the ends of the world to get it done. And Shinsuke Nakamura reigns supreme as the king of strong style tonight.
Sami made it absolutely clear upon his return from injury that he wanted to be a two-time NXT champion, but clearly his pursuits have drawn him elsewhere. His goals have brought him. Zayn has a brilliant opportunity this Sunday. You have to wonder, did Sami's last chance to make that dream a reality slip through his fingers?
Only one man knows, Tom, and that's Sami Zayn. And you know what, let me say this. In any case, thank you, Sami Zayn.
This is a wonderful ceremony because you can't have a present without the past.
The one night that we wait for.
So, you know, this one's like the Super Bowl meets the Oscars for me.
We all slide and reach the top.
So many generations and eras. It's a great time, great experience.
Thank you to all the little stingers out there. I have a deal of a lifetime for you.
I can be any man. This is the real deal.
I know the people out there don't like me, and I don't really care.
Don't mess up, or you're gonna serve hard time.
Nobody flies higher than the free birds.
Snoop D-O double jizzle for shizzle dizzle.
This is one challenging journey. I really thank all of you.
If it wasn't for the legends and the Hall of Famers, we wouldn't be here today.
Tomorrow night, Dallas, Texas, home to the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Tonight, it's time for NXT. NXT TakeOver is presented by DiGiorno. Watching at home, don't settle for delivery. Rise to the occasion with DiGiorno.
And that man, in just a short while, will be challenging for the NXT Championship. Samoa Joe is focused and ready for Finn Balor.
And a special thanks to Hailstorm for Mayhem, one of the official NXT TakeOver Dallas themes. It is off the album Into the Wildlife, available now on iTunes and Spotify. This could be a night of mayhem, as we see with Samoa Joe coming up in our main event. But coming up next, the NXT women will have their opportunity to make their mark. Bayley defends her title against Asuka. But for Bayley, the championship has been about something truly bigger than herself.
We started something special and we started something real.
Bayley represents everything even a Divas champion should be.
We started a whole new level of the Divas Revolution.
She's a perfect role model for little girls, little boys, grown women, grown men. She epitomizes the NXT women's division.
We want women's wrestling to be respected.
She's gonna prevail, not only for her, but for every little girl in the crowd watching her with tears in their eyes, hoping that she's not gonna lose that title. Every time she goes out there, she just shows the world that she wants to be the best, and she is the best.
And I think the NXT women's division looks like the future has been validated.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely proud to introduce to you the newest signing here at NXT, and possibly the greatest competitor ever signed here to NXT.
From Osaka, Japan,
Asuka has such an unusual style with sudden, devastating attacks.
Asuka is dangerous when it comes down to it.
Don't disrespect Asuka, or she'll kick you in the skull.
She's very dangerous.
Oh, no. Those kicks are so stiff. Those hits to the face are just knockouts. There's nothing that gets her out of her element. I mean, obviously, look what I try to do.
Oh, that is not going to sit well with Asuka.
Didn't work.
Bayley, you set the standard for what a champion should be in NXT. And Asuka, you've elevated what already was the standout division in the entire industry. So I'm very pleased to announce at NXT TakeOver Dallas, the new #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship will be Asuka.
Bayley is someone who never gives up, and Asuka, she's a powerhouse.
I gotta go with my fellow 4 horsewomen.
I have no doubt in my mind that Bayley will win. nothing will get her ready for the ass kick she's gonna get from Asuka.
Once she gives you that smile, it's game over.
So while the momentum might be behind Asuka, Bayley worked so hard and she is the NXT Women's Champion for a reason.
You got to give Bayley credit. You're never going to break her spirit. She's never going to quit, but she has never faced anybody quite like Asuka before.
There you see her, Stephanie McMahon is in the house. She's an integral part of the women's division in NXT and on Raw and SmackDown. We're happy to have her. I'm happy to have her here. I know she doesn't think too much of you, Tom. Take a look, Tom, as cherry blossoms fall from the sky. A future champion walks to the battlefield. I could not be more fired up about this one.
From her native Japan, the old adage, the perfect blossom is a rare thing. Could tonight be perfect for Asuka? Could we see her in a matter of 6 months from her debut to now become NXT Women's Champion?
Well, the word perfect is very fitting because her record is perfect. Asuka's yet to be defeated in any situation. I don't think she's going to be stopped tonight, Tom.
You see that mask there that Asuka sports to the ring. It's haunting in a way. It is what Asuka calls part of her art form. Combat is her art form, traditionally worn by Japanese artists and performers. Graves, it's a beautiful disaster.
It masks her emotions for now, but when it comes off, you can see it in her eyes. She is ready for battle. As beautiful as it is, Tom, that is one of the most terrifying smiles you will ever see in your life. It's a precursor to a throwdown.
We saw flamboyance and flashes a few moments ago from Shinsuke Nakamura. Very similar type of hard-hitting style from Asuka.
It's definitely a fair comparison.
It wouldn't be Bayley without the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man, Graves.
She's always having a good time everywhere she goes, but she knows what lies ahead. I don't know if there is a superstar on the roster, male or female, as beloved as Bayley is. From children to adults to everyone loves this girl with good reason.
It was last night on the WWE Network that we saw the unveiling of the new statue for the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And earlier today, Bayley tweeted, quote, "Pep talk with the Dream before the big night. He always believed in us."
That was an incredibly emotional night last night. Bayley wears her emotions on her sleeve. Dusty Rhodes, essential to NXT being where it is today. You know she's fighting with him in mind. But can she get it done?
The genesis of Bayley, from underdog to champion to standard bearer. She has taken on all comers. She has represented the NXT women with distinction. Tonight she takes on an opponent in Asuka like no other.
You can't forget Bayley is one of the original 4 horsewomen. Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks competing this Sunday at WrestleMania. This is her main.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the NXT Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Osaka, Japan, And her opponent, from San Jose, California, she is the NXT Women's Champion. It's Bayley!
Hashtag Women's Championship on social media. Take a look at this trending #1 worldwide. Hashtag NXT TakeOver, and Asuka out of the gates looking for those kicks. These two women trying to feel each other out here. Graves, what does Bayley have to do to get the best of Asuka here tonight?
I don't know. To be perfectly honest with you, I do not know. I don't know anybody that's had an answer for what Asuka is capable of. She's got, like you mentioned, the striking ability. She's got submission ability. Nobody's been able to solve Asuka to this point. Would have just broken Bayley's nose.
A straight right hand there. And Bayley just trying to shake it off.
She got her in the jaw. That'll wake you up real quick. And as for Asuka, to be successful tonight, she just needs to keep doing what she's been doing. Since she arrived at NXT, she has such a deep arsenal of maneuvers, strikes, and submissions. Anyone can end a match at any time. Look.
Off the ropes, and Bayley, run down there by Asuka. Bayley trying to use Asuka's momentum against her now. On Asuka, nearly connected with a kick.
We got a stalemate. Good old-fashioned Texas standoff, Tom. Bayley can't be intimidated by Asuka, and from the look in her eyes, she's not.
You talked about how you wouldn't know necessarily, what Bayley should do against Asuka. She's taken on all comers over the last few months since winning the title in Brooklyn. Asuka, man. Another forearm. Asuka, with the hip attack.
Flying hip attack by Asuka. As dominant as Asuka has been in her...
Wow. That was unloaded.
As dominant as Asuka's been to her rise to the #1 contendership, Bayley has been just as dominant as champion.
Asuka. We're going for another one and caught in the ropes. And Bayley takes her to the mat.
Well scouted by Bayley.
Well, think about the Iron Man match for the NXT Women's title that Bayley sustained against Sasha Banks. Cover here to retain the title and a kick out. Remember, only way to retain or win the championship is by pinfall or submission. Shoulder first into the post. And Bayley, sent out to the apron there by Asuka.
Bayley off to a pretty strong start here. Seems to be well in control.
Top turnbuckle, crossbody, cover on the challenger and a kick out. And there's the knee.
Bayley,
Bayley caught.
She's caught in that, go for the Fujiwara armbar.
And look at how smart Bayley is using her legs. Gets herself to the bottom rope here, and Asuka breaks the hold.
Lightning quickness by Asuka, right into that submission. Bayley able to fend it off long enough to get to the ropes. That's not a place you want to be when you're in the ring with Asuka.
Oh, went for a kick and got caught there on the top turnbuckle. Bayley using the bottom rope for a little leverage. Drops the elbow, now the cover to retain her championship and a kick out. It was endurance against Sasha Banks. It was mind games against the likes of Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie. It was personal feelings with Carmella. And then, straight dominance dealing with Nia Jax. Whole different animal here with Asuka.
There's no doubt at all. Bayley is the most capable woman in the division right now. That's why she's the champion. She can adapt to any situation.
Top rope, go for the Hurricanrana.
Could be it.
Hook to the leg here on Asuka, and Asuka powered out.
Oh. Looks like Bayley's looking for that guillotine choke. That's the thing that she beat Nia Jax with.
That is the exact way she took down Nia Jax in London this past December, and Asuka could be in a lot of trouble right now.
She's got it cinched in. Can Asuka withstand this onslaught?
Oh, and now Bayley trying to sink it in even deeper here on Asuka. Asuka trying to stand and hold the weight of Bayley at the same time. Oh, and down to the mat.
Bayley's got that, had the guillotine choke. Oh my God.
Look at Asuka break free.
The tide can change. She's got that ankle lock. Look at this. Expert submission.
Asuka can win the title by pinfall or submission, and Asuka now tossed out of the ring by Bayley. But how much damage did that do to the left ankle of Bayley?
Bayley's quickness is so important to be able to defend against the onslaught that is all of Asuka's striking. An injured leg, an injured ankle, an injured knee, it could be the end.
Oh, catching Asuka.
She seems all right to me. That she's comes up limping.
Fighting through the pain, doesn't matter. It's all about the championship.
Bayley knows her women's championship is at stake. She's got to pull out all the stops, fight through all the pain. We know about Bayley and her heart.
Cover to retain her title here. Asuka still in the match. Oh, and now Asuka with a full head of steam. Asuka, those measured strikes here to the midsection of Bayley. Asuka using that speed to her advantage.
What agility. You heard that guttural, primal scream from Asuka. And the tides have changed since. That fighting spirit on full display.
Oh, with Bayley with a great counter there and came back with a forearm.
Straight right, it looked like to me.
Oh! Asuka with a knee. Cover here on Bayley for the title and a kick out. Asuka a split second away from becoming the new NXT Women's Champion.
Bayley will make you work for that last split second. She has no intention of leaving Dallas without her most prized possession.
Whoa, hold on, shoulders down. Champion nearly had the challenger.
Look how quick Asuka right back on the offensive with those forearms. Oh, look at that strike to Bayley.
Bayley and Asuka in midair there for for a moment, and there's a suplex.
It's like Bayley's starting to feel it, but how's that leg gonna hold up?
Oh! Another strong connection there from Asuka.
The champ might be unconscious. Asuka got all that one. I just don't think she's gonna be able to capitalize.
Both women out to the count of 10 to get back to their feet here. Count of 7. Asuka and Bayley starting to stir on opposite sides of the ring. And it's Bayley who's on her feet first. Oh!
Both with the same idea. Oh, game changer. It just made Bayley mad.
There's an intensity to this one. Oh, and Bayley dropped her.
Bayley's got the knee bar. Bayley's got the knee bar locked in on Asuka.
Asuka flailing around center of the ring. I don't think she expected this from Bayley.
Bayley has Asuka's own submission locked in. There is nowhere for Asuka to go.
Asuka now trying to drag herself to the bottom rope, and a great transition here into an ankle lock from Bayley. Asuka, inches away. Great move by the champion.
Bayley driving that kneecap down into the mat.
And Bayley sees her opportunity. Asuka just trying to get mobile again. Oh,
look at on the other leg. Bayley's trying to take out both of Asuka's legs, which is brilliant. You take away those kicks from Asuka, you give yourself a much better chance of surviving.
On top of that, wouldn't be able to cinch in the Asuka lock.
Dragon screw leg whip by Bayley. This is incredible. This strategy is brilliant by the champion. I don't know if to this point in her career in NXT we've seen Asuka in this much trouble.
You're absolutely right, and you said Bayley, we didn't know what her plan would be coming into this. She found her opportunity, oh no! Caught the armbar! Bayley caught the armbar by Asuka that quick!
Bayley's blocking, she's got the fingers up. Asuka's got the armbar in, but Bayley's still trying to fight, trying to stop the arm from being extended, from the elbow hyper-extending. Oh no, this could be it, this could be it.
Asuka reversing things here middle of the ring. Bayley even in more trouble than she was moments ago. Trying to roll free. Cover here to win the title and a kick out. Oh, here's another cover. The champion to keep her title now.
Unbelievable. Oh, she's going for the Asuka lock.
And Bayley with a suplex. Bayley with a clothesline there, taking Asuka to the mat. Another cover, hook to the leg, and Asuka's still around in this match.
Oh, Bayley looking for submission of her own, maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. Trying to break loose that arm of Asuka.
We've seen this before, Tom.
This is the way Bayley got the final fall in the Iron Man match against Sasha Banks. Asuka trapped, now into a pinfall. Bayley nearly had her.
How was Asuka able to escape? Bayley throwing everything she can think of, matching, hanging in there with submissions against Asuka, an expert. Go for the Bayley to belly.
Caught middle of the ring. Asuka saw it coming. Trying to lay into the back there with Bayley. Oh, one of those kicks.
And Bayley's still on her feet, but is she still with it?
Oh, Asuka with a suplex. Here's a cover.
That's it. She's got the armbar locked in. She's got it fully locked in. We're going to have a new women's champion.
Asuka to win the NXT Women's Championship right here. Is Bayley perhaps going to tap out here at NXT TakeOver Dallas? Oh, wait a minute. Look at Asuka trying to transition here.
She's looking for that Asuka lock, but Bayley can't let her lock it in.
Bayley reaching for the ropes, trying to break this hold, trying to break this submission.
Her NXT Women's Championship dangling in the balance. Asuka's hell-bent on locking those hands. and Bayley is doing everything she could possibly think.
Bayley was reaching out for the ropes. Asuka, middle of the ring. Asuka,
she's got it in.
Asuka with it cinched in deep here on Bayley.
What are you saying?
Bayley in trouble. The NXT Women's Championship on the line.
It's locked in. Asuka trying to separate that shoulder. Bayley trying to survive, trying to withstand.
The officials right on top of it. Bayley trying to squeeze the life out of Bayley here, middle of the ring. Bayley again finding a way free.
That fighting heart of Bayley at full display.
Again to the mat. Asuka lock again. Bayley caught. Bayley caught here by Asuka. Asuka deep into the Asuka lock. What is the champion gonna do?
There is no quit in Bayley, but Asuka has got this. She's had this on for almost a minute now, Tom.
Bayley's trying to reach her leg to the bottom rope here, trying to break free.
She's done. She's done. She's done.
Here is your winner and new NXT Women's Champion, Asuka!
The feeling in this building right now, with good reason, is shock. But Asuka came in, did exactly what she set out to do, and she's your new NXT Women's Champion. I can't believe we just saw, I don't even know what we just saw.
Bayley passed out at the hands of the Asuka lock. The Empress crowned here in Dallas.
Obviously, a lot of disappointed fans here in Dallas, but you have to respect Asuka, what she's done, what she's fought for, what she's withstood to dethrone the beloved Bayley.
You have to be astonished at what we saw in this match. Not only in the result for Bayley, but at the same time, the way Bayley brought the fight to Asuka in a way we didn't expect.
We absolutely didn't expect it. Bayley proving that she was a deserved women's champion. Let's take a look at this. Watch this suplex by Asuka. Right into the armbar. Bayley unable to withstand the armbar. But eventually, the Asuka lock sets in. Look at this. Absolutely woman-handed.
This was one of the first opportunities that Asuka had at the Asuka lock here. She would cinch it in a second time here, and that would spell the end of this matchup for Bayley.
And let's not forget, Tom, Bayley didn't quit. Bayley didn't tap out. Her body gave up on her. But unfortunately, the championship is Asuka's.
And you have to take her hats off to Asuka. Asuka came in here on a roll. She has been ripping through the NXT Women's Division, and tonight, validation for Asuka as champion.
Gonna get Bayley some medical attention. She could have irreparable damage done to that shoulder, and then she was in that Asuka lock for a long, long time. But the Empress of Tomorrow came to NXT because that's where women's wrestling was being revolutionized, where it was on top of the game. She wanted in, she's the champ. We want to send a special thank you to Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes for Devil Inside Me. It's one of the official NXT TakeOver Dallas themes from the album Blossom. And you can check it out right now on iTunes and Spotify.
It has been a fantastic night in front of a sold-out crowd here in Dallas. It is time for our main event of the evening. The champion, Finn Balor, ready to defend his title against the 100% straight monster, Samoa Joe. These two men ignited their rivalry with their first collision in London.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the NXT Championship.
What stands before you is the inevitable.
I've been in a lot of battles, but today was a war. Samoa Joe, I'm not taking that as a victory. That was a single case.
We thought Samoa Joe had Balor's number.
I'm surviving.
The Demon had to go through hell to retain his championship.
The champ said it himself.
The champion never rests.
He didn't beat me, he barely survived.
I face every challenger head to head.
His aggression, every dark part of his body firing on all cylinders.
Balor, you see that?
Joe sending a message.
You will not survive. You will not escape. I am coming for you, and I will take my championship.
Samoa Joe is just a monster that will never go away. He's become obsessed with Finn Balor.
There's a devil inside of me.
This could be exactly what happens to Finn Balor.
And I don't know if he's staying for how long.
But what Joe doesn't realize is he's obsessed with all the wrong things.
The NXT champion, Finn Balor. Finn is going after Samoa Joe.
We may not make it to Dallas.
Oh my God!
I stand here undeniable.
See me? My obsession being the absolute best. I will beat Joe again at TakeOver Dallas.
And I will stand here
and walk out.
Your new NXT champion.
It is time for a big whoa.
Tom Phillips, no matter who you are, where you've been, you want to be here in NXT.
That is one of the hottest free agents in sports entertainment. Yes! Was a long-standing friendship. It was only the tag team success. Things unraveled. A shattered relationship destroyed by Samoa Joe. All for an NXT title opportunity. Since London, Joe has been on a rampage, clawing his way back to claim what he believes belongs to him. The NXT title.
You heard it in the video. Finn Balor says Samoa Joe is obsessed, and he's absolutely right. Joe is obsessed with the NXT Championship. It's why he came here. It's why he does what he does. And unfortunately for Finn Balor, it's around Finn's waist.
Samoa Joe, upon arriving here on NXT, believed he was owed a title opportunity, period. He has sought to claim that from any and all comers. Tonight, Finn Balor said that, well, he survived Joe in London. Can Joe finally win the title tonight here in Dallas?
following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the NXT Championship. Introducing the challenger from Huntington Beach, California, weighing 282 pounds, Samoa Joe. And his opponent from Bray County, Wicklow, Ireland, weighing 190 pounds, he is the NXT Champion, Finn Balor.
Stare across the ring at one of the best wrestlers in the world, who's transformed himself physically and mentally into a chainsaw-wielding maniac. Most men would run. Most men would give up. Not Samoa Joe. You don't see any fear. He is completely undeterred. You know why? Because Godzilla wasn't afraid of Mothra. T-Rex wasn't afraid of Indominus Rex. Samoa Joe is a monster doing battle with a demon.
Joe right out of the gates going right after the NXT champion, Finn Balor. Finn Balor, the demon. Could he be unleashed here tonight by Balor? Oh, with Joe immediately catching it from Finn Balor here to start off this match. So much personal animosity between these two.
It looks like right off the bat, Samoa Joe's cut. One of those shots from Finn Balor opened up Joe, but Joe not backing down at all.
And Joe tossed outside the ring. Finn flies. Joe is already feeling the effects of this match that the referee was trying to tend to him. Finn Balor's going right after him. Look at Joe.
Joe just screaming in agony, but what a shot!
Oh my God!
Samoa Joe says, Finn Balor, you want a horror movie? I'll give you a horror movie.
Finn Balor was tossed and took out a member of the security here at the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Center. Oh my God.
As if Samoa Joe could somehow look more terrifying than before. That is a horrifying sight. Let's take a look at this. Samoa Joe launching the chair over the barricade through a security guard. Look in the eyes of Balor.
Finn coming right out of the NXT universe, going back after Joe. Finn knew he was in for a war in London. He knows he's in for another one here tonight in Dallas. And again, the official was trying to... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Balor's not going to back down one iota.
Oh! Neither is Samoa Joe.
Oh my God!
Look at this, Joe just backing him up, talking smack the whole time.
Oh, and an enziguri to the champion.
Oh. Look at the confidence on the face of Joe.
Joe launching himself into Finn. The barricade buckles.
We used the monster analogy at the outset. Let's take a look at this. Godzilla destroyed Tokyo. Samoa Joe's destroying Dallas.
Godzilla didn't have wings, bro. Look at this. Oh my gosh. And the officials out here, now the medical team here from WWE, tending to Samoa Joe. Joe's a mess. It looks like the cut might be on his eye, on his right eye there. Has to be very careful that eye doesn't swell up on him here in this matchup. And that has to be the concern here from the medical staff, is that Joe will not allow him to be worked on.
Samoa Joe's going to have to let them close this cut or they can call this match right now.
Absolutely. There goes his title opportunity.
He didn't fight for this opportunity to have it taken away like that. But the problem is, Finn Balor has time to recover. Samoa Joe with an all-out assault on the champion.
Joe got caught. Joe got cut in the first 30 seconds of this match.
It looks like the corner of his right eye is what's cut. But Joe wasted no time. They glued him up real quick and let this thing keep rolling.
Best is like, out of the corner!
You heard the crowd, what they think's gonna happen, and I gotta be honest with you, Phillips, to this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they were right. Samoa Joe is a monster tonight.
Remember, the championship can only change hands, pinfall or submission, whipped into the corner. Joe caught with a kick. Joe now into the cover to win the championship at 2.
The referee getting in there, he's got to get that cut under control, but Samoa Joe.
Watch this, whipped into the corner, and Samoa Joe with an enziguri. Graves, have you ever had a cut like this in a matchup? I mean, it really was able to help put away Finn Balor.
Any cut like this, anywhere near your eye, it's going to swell up. You can get blood in your eye, which basically renders your eye useless. The swelling, the pain. You're going out there trying to compete in a world championship match with one good eye.
On top of that, I'd imagine what Samoa Joe probably doesn't want to even be touched right now. He just wants to get after Finn Balor. Now Finn catches an elbow.
Samoa Joe undeterred. The ref stoppage, it's almost like it enraged Joe. Joe just wants to fight, wants to do what he does, and each time the referee steps in, he's getting more and more angry, more vicious, more dangerous.
And that's right across the face of Finn Balor. And Joe with the boot connecting in the corner. Finn just trying to get vertical here to defend the NXT Championship. And it looked like Joe was trying to set up Finn Balor there for the muscle buster for a moment. Finn saw it coming. Top rope caught with an atomic drop. And Joe with a big boot. Right into the chest of Finn Balor and a knee. The cover to win the championship. Balor out at 2.
What a lethal combination by the challenger. Finn Balor's NXT Championship is in serious jeopardy right now, Phillips. Tom, I just got word that Samoa Joe was actually busted open in the opening sequence of the match when they butted heads.
Yes.
Shades of Toshiaki Kawada right there.
Oh, and a big drop kick from Finn. Finn doing a good job here in this match of just trying to close the space. And you can see there at ringside the medical staff again tending to Samoa Joe. Finn Balor back up to his feet to beat the 10 count. Samoa Joe caught with a forearm.
Joe still on his feet somehow.
Finn trying to drop Joe, and he finally does.
What a shot. Demon building momentum. It's about the most. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Straight punishment from Samoa Joe wherever he can find it, but Finn dropping the near 300-pounder outside the ring. Oh, and there goes Joe.
Balor got all that drop kick. We've seen this before.
Right on the jaw. That one would have cleared the post at AT&T Stadium. Now Joe tossed back into the ring. Joe's game plan completely out the window here, and now Finn Balor trying to take command. Look at the sling blade, belly to belly.
That about game plan? Balor just went for the sling blade. Joe caught him.
Cover here for the title. Finn Balor still in this match.
Samoa Joe just countered the sling blade into an over the head. Look at this kick. How was he able to think straight after the Demon kicked his face off? And a mere minute later, Joe's back in control.
On top of that, the speed and momentum that Finn will go for the sling blade to be able to catch Finn in midair. Unbelievable.
Count, better not get himself disqualified. There's the sling blade.
Finn Balor connects. Oh, let's go for the drop kick. Call that set time. Samoa Joe to win the title. Cover here, and Finn Balor is still in this title match.
You can't question Samoa Joe's preparation for this battle. Let's take a look at this. Here comes the drop kick we've seen Finn use so many times to set up the double stomp. Joe had it countered. The wherewithal to get out of the way and continue this NXT Championship match. Unbelievable. Joe looking for a powerbomb.
Joe connects. Shoulders down on Balor, and Balor got his shoulder up, and Joe transitions into the crab. Boston Crab here.
That extra deep Boston Crab. He's got the grip above Finn Balor's knees. Balor bent completely backwards in half.
And now into the crossface. Crossface, and Joe loves it. Look at the look in the eye of Samoa Joe. Finn Balor caught in the middle of the ring.
Look at Samoa Joe like prying open the jaws of the Demon, trying to pry that NXT Championship away from Finn Balor.
Oh, and now trying to cover here. What? Double stop!
Desperation double stomp by the champ, but how much is left in the tank? Can he capitalize on a prone Samoa Joe?
Finn back up to his feet for another sling blade. And this time the drop kick works.
We know what comes next.
Finn going up to the top rope here. Oh, and Samoa Joe right to the throat.
Oh, he's right in position for that muscle buster.
And Finn again caught with an enziguri.
This is it, here we go.
Joe's got his moment.
Here we go. Muscle buster.
Joe to win the NXT Championship. Cover on Finn. No!
Look at the look of absolute disbelief on Samoa Joe's face, Tom. How did Finn Balor survive that? Samoa Joe looks like he's just seen a ghost. Right back to the assault comes Joe, and the Demon able to fight back.
Just those slaps right to Finn Balor. And, two men back and forth into the Pele kick. Both back to the count of 10 to get back to their feet here in this matchup. Finn Balor hasn't even moved. Samoa Joe starting to stir. Count of 7 now. The champion's starting to move. The Demon is here in Dallas. Finn with the drop kick into the corner.
Like Balor rose from the dead out of nowhere.
Top rope. Conic Rob. Look at the monstrous look in the eye of Finn Balor. I was looking to pull him away. Coquina clutch perhaps.
Samoa Joe, has he got it locked in? He's got the Coquina clutch locked in. The oxygen being cut off to the brain. The Demon gasping for air.
Finn is fading. Finn is fading. Finn once again summoning the power. Shoulders down on Joe, and Finn Balor's beating him.
Here's your winner, and still the NXT Champion, Finn Balor.
The look of utter shock and disbelief on the face of the challenger, Samoa Joe. Finn Balor found another way to survive here. The Demon retaining the NXT Championship.
Finn Balor had to look deep within himself, in his mind, down those dark hallways we don't like to talk about, and find it deep inside to retain, to survive Samoa Joe. But at what cost? Look at the champion. He's not in a good situation. He's hurt. But what's got to be going through that man's mind right now?
Finn Balor is still your NXT champion. However, we talked about the battle from London. Joe went through a battle too here tonight. This is the beginning of the matchup. Here's the headbutt coming here in a second. Watch this. Boom, right there on the corner of the eye of Samoa Joe that would lead to that cut.
Yeah, as Joe threw the knee strike, it only made Joe more intense, more determined. Muscle buster. We thought this was it. I thought we had a brand new champion right here. And pure disbelief on the face of the challenger.
And a sold-out crowd here in Dallas just as stunned. Down the stretch after the coup de grace, it was Joe who found an opportunity to sink in the Coquina clutch, and it looked like, Graves, that Finn was fading here in the corner.
But watch this. Somehow Balor had enough left deep inside himself to counter, to roll through, use Joe's own momentum against him, and we have, take a look at this.
a night it has been, live here from Dallas, Texas. What a way to kick off WrestleMania weekend. Thank you for joining us.